New York pizza folds. Detroit pizza is thick and airy, with crisp browned cheese around the edges. Chicago deep dish is heavy enough to need a knife and fork. They look completely different, yet all begin with flour, water, yeast, sauce, and cheese. So what happens in the oven? Subscribe, because each style follows its own rules for heat, moisture, and structure. Every American pizza style is controlled by the same basic variables: how much water goes into the dough, how strongly the gluten develops, how long the dough ferments, what it bakes on, and where the toppings sit. Change only one of those details and the result can feel like a different food. A hot stone pulls moisture from a thin crust, while an oiled metal pan drives heat into a thicker base. Even the order of the sauce and cheese can decide whether the center stays firm or becomes soggy. That balance is especially clear in a New York slice. A New York slice may look simple, but its famous flexibility is built into the dough. The crust has to be thin enough to feel light, yet strong enough to bend without tearing or dropping the toppings. Gluten provides that strength, while fermentation develops flavor and creates small air pockets around the rim. The hot baking surface then firms the underside before too much moisture from the sauce and cheese can sink into it. The toppings are usually kept fairly restrained because extra weight would weaken the center. So the fold is not a flaw or a trick used to rescue a soft crust. It is part of the design, making the slice easier to hold, quicker to eat, and perfectly suited to life on the move. Detroit takes the opposite approach. Detroit-style pizza depends on its pan almost as much as its dough. The thicker base rises into a soft, airy interior, while oil underneath helps the bottom cook almost like it is being shallow fried against hot metal. That creates a crisp, sturdy foundation without making the inside heavy. But the part people remember happens around the edges. Cheese is spread right to the sides, where it melts against the pan, loses moisture, browns, and forms a dark, crunchy border with deep, roasted flavor. The center remains soft, the bottom holds together, and the edge delivers the strongest bite. Surprisingly, that signature crunch does not come from piling extra toppings into the middle. It is created by direct contact between cheese, oil, and hot steel. Chicago pushes structure even further, but in a very different direction. Chicago pizza is more complicated than its deep dish reputation suggests. Deep dish is built upward, using a tall crust to contain a heavy layer of cheese, sauce, and toppings. The sauce usually sits near the top, which helps protect the cheese during the longer bake. Everything has to be arranged carefully because the pizza must hold heat, moisture, and considerable weight without turning into a wet, collapsed mess. But Chicago tavern style follows almost the opposite formula. Its crust is thin, dry, and crisp, and the pizza is normally cut into small squares that are easy to share. Deep dish feels like a full meal, while tavern style works more like a crunchy snack passed around the table. That is the real surprise. Chicago does not have one signature pizza system. It has two different answers for two different eating occasions. Beyond Chicago, intense oven heat creates another identity entirely. New Haven pizza, usually called apizza, can look burnt before you even take a bite. The crust is thin, irregular, and covered with dark blisters created by intense oven heat. But those blackened spots are not automatically a mistake. When the heat is controlled properly, they add smoky, roasted flavor, while the rest of the crust stays chewy in some places and crisp in others. That contrast is exactly what gives the style its character. The real problem begins only when the crust becomes dry and bitter instead of deeply toasted. New Haven proves that a carefully made pizza does not always need to come out evenly golden, and two rectangular styles show even more clearly why appearance can be misleading. Sicilian and grandma pizza may both arrive as rectangular slices, but they are designed to create very different textures. Sicilian pizza usually begins with a thicker layer of dough that rises into a soft, airy interior, almost like bread sitting underneath the toppings. Grandma pizza is generally thinner and flatter, with the dough pressed closer to an oiled pan for more direct heat and a firmer bottom. The amount of dough, resting time, oil, and placement of the sauce all affect how moisture moves during baking. So the rectangular shape tells you surprisingly little. The real difference is hidden inside the crust. Other regions, however, build their identity around cheese, cutting style, and the freedom to change the toppings. St. Louis pizza follows a very specific local formula: an extremely thin, crisp crust, a smooth layer of cheese, and small square pieces made for sharing. The appeal comes from consistency because each piece delivers roughly the same balance of crunch, sauce, cheese, and topping. California pizza moves in the opposite direction. Instead of protecting one fixed recipe, it treats the crust as a blank platform for seasonal vegetables, fresh herbs, unusual sauces, and combinations borrowed from other cuisines. One style creates identity through strict rules, while the other creates it through experimentation. Yet both still face the same hidden challenge. The toppings must add flavor, without releasing so much moisture that they overwhelm the crust underneath. In the end, every pizza style is really a timing problem. Thin crusts need moisture to escape quickly, allowing the base to firm up before the sauce begins softening it. Pan pizzas use oil and hot metal to move heat faster, crisping the bottom while steam expands inside the dough and creates a lighter interior. Deep pizzas face the hardest job because heat must travel through thick dough, cheese, sauce, and toppings without burning the outside first. Gluten holds the bubbles created during fermentation. Steam enlarges them in the oven, and oil encourages browning wherever the dough touches the pan. Cheese can protect the crust from wet sauce, but thick layers can also trap extra moisture. A pizza succeeds only when the crust, sauce, cheese, and toppings are all ready at almost the same moment. That timing matters more than the city name. And that leads to the biggest surprise. A pizza style is not created by geography alone. It is shaped by the oven, the pan, the speed of service, how well the pizza needs to travel, and the way people expect to eat it. Choose New York when you want a flexible slice that is quick, balanced, and easy to hold. Go for Detroit when you want a soft center, a crisp bottom, and deeply browned cheese around the edges. Chicago deep dish makes sense when you want a heavy layered meal, while tavern style or St. Louis is better suited to thin, crunchy pieces shared around a table. California pizza works when creative toppings matter more than tradition. There is no single best American pizza style. Each one is built to deliver a different kind of satisfaction. Tell us which one you would order and subscribe for more Food Explained.